Hi everybody. This is a video I just decided to put up as a follow-up to a post I put on my website a few weeks ago. That improvisation should be more than just an activity. I think it should just be ingrained and embedded in everything we teach and learn and practice. So it's not some daunting extra thing we add on to our plate. So this is something that you could try for very beginning lessons, or if you've played for a long time and want to start improvising, this would be some, these are some concepts that would help. I would recommend with improvisation to start with melodies and not just patterns. So instead of just like doing something like this, like doing that on all the black keys is fine, but it's going to have like some dead ends at some point when you want to like improvise over a more functional melody, meaning like something based on functional harmony. So that's what we'll talk about today. So let's just take a simple melody or a couple simple melodies and just give you some ideas on how you can start messing around with those and making them your own. So let's start with Twinkle Twinkle. So if that's what you're doing in lessons, one thing you could do is just go to the compositional concepts, like for example, lower neighbors. And you could do that diatonically or chromatically. So there's chromatic, diatonic. You could do upper neighbors. You could do that chromatically. That's going to be a little bit interesting, but that's pretty fun. And at this point, I don't try and like judge whether it's good or bad. Just explore the sounds. Syncopation. So if you have like so if that's like the basic rhythm, then you could do upbeats. So you could do something like that, where it's this is the regular melody. So I'm doing swing version, but if you want to do straight version, so something like that. That's a good one too. Syncopation. If you want to do swing. Switch. And maybe if you want to get really into this with some students, you can switch every other measure so they get a feel for straight eighth notes versus swing eighth notes. So like what I do a lot of times, let's pretend like this is the straight version and this is the improv version. I'll have the students play the straight version and I'll just start messing around on top of it. Doubling those notes in the left hand. But what that does is it kind of gets the spirit of improvising built into the lessons and into their playing. And then you switch. I'll play it straight, and then they improvise, and we switch roles, and you don't really put any parameters on them, they just start. So lower neighbors, upper neighbors, either chromatic or diatonic. Diatonic just means it comes from the scale that you're in, so the notes are from, so that would be diatonic, and then chromatic. Okay, and then just what I would maybe do is have them do something really strict, like just use lower neighbors, just use upper neighbors, and then just have them play and see what they come up with. And that's when they do, you know, they can bounce off notes. So you could bounce, keep bouncing off one note. And then change the feel. So, and if they're a little older, maybe you have them doing like different left hand patterns to it. So, you know. So however you're teaching it. And then have them switch that up and say switch to a stride. However you're doing that. So then it forces them to switch the right hand to swing to match the left hand. So I like to change up the left hand patterns a lot to kind of keep things going. And one thing I always do if the student's playing like straight, I tell them, okay, now we're going to play it together, and I'll be on a different piano, and I'll say, I'm going to try and mess you up. So while they're doing this, I'm just playing stuff up here to try and throw them off track, and it makes them stronger in their part. And then, like I said earlier, we switch roles. And you can do this. This is my book 2 of my method. And let's just take a look. This one came to mind as one that, oh, here it is. Like this is one the kids like to play. It's a simple call and response. You can do it in any key. I wrote this book so that everything's transposable. So, but like for example, turning one note, these are all quarter notes, turn them into eighth notes. So you double everything, quarters become 2/8. It's a good way to teach rhythm too, but you're doing it through improvisation. So, so doing that, combining with, say, lower neighbors. Chromatic and diatonic, you know, just experiment with different combinations. So, okay, hopefully that gives you some ideas on beginning improv, and I'll follow up with some more if you guys like this. So michaelsegner.com has also some articles and blog posts on this kind of thing. So anyway, have some fun with that, and we'll be back with more. Thanks.